50 years from now, the end of the world was coming. Humanity was divided into two strata with strict systems. The rich live in a castle where they had nothing to worry about. The poor could only survive in the ruins. To survive, the girl named Vesper could only try her luck in the swamp with a knife. With the guide from the robot, she successfully found a mutant potato. She carefully put it in her bag. This was what she and her father ate for a day. Just when she was about to leave, suddenly a caterpillar appeared on the back of her hand. This was a new creature that has never been seen before. Vesper was ready to take it back and study it. She walked through the dense jungle, got past aggressive plants in the yard, finally returned home. Because her father was paralyzed in bed, unable to eat, she must beat the potatoes into juice, pour into bag, then insert a homemade ventilator to maintain her father's life. After settled down, the father Vesper couldn't wait to go out. Passing through the stinky water ditch, went to an abandoned building. She opened a broken wooden door, then got in. The aisle was filled with countless mutant plants. After opening a closed space, inside was a laboratory room. Not only did it have many instruments, there was also the remains of Vesper's late mother. Vesper put down what she was holding as usual, reported to Mother what she saw today. Subsequently, she took out the caterpillar and soaked it in the container. After she poured the unknown liquid into it, a miracle happened. The light on the caterpillar dissipated instantly, gradually returned to normal. At this time, suddenly there was a loud noise outside. Vesper knew something was wrong. She ran home quickly, unexpectedly. When reached the entrance, she found all the defensive plants dead. Everything in the house has been rummaged by someone. More importantly, because the electrical system was damaged, there was also something wrong with her father's ventilator. Without any choice, Vesper had to find his father's brother Jonas, hoping he could save her father. Woman's leg was injured by iron frame, wails of pain on the ground. The surrounding villagers were indifferent. At this time, the farmer Jonas stood up, handed the boy a knife. He wanted the boy to kill the woman on the ground himself. Woman turned her head, keep begging the boy. Seeing that the boy did not dare to take action, Jonas told the crowd, this woman was not really human, but bionic people created by humans. After heard this, the boy didn't hesitate, brutally killed the woman. These were the rules of this world. Poor people didn't get any resources here. The only way was to use the blood of children to exchange with the rich people living in the castle. To save her father, Vesper went to Uncle Jonas's place, prepared to exchange her own blood for electricity resources, but didn't expect Jonas to break his promise. After drawing blood from his niece, he threw Vesper out directly. Vesper, who was eager to save her father, did not leave. Instead, she sneaked into the backyard, through barbed wire, covered by drones. Vesper slipped into the room. It was filled with all kinds of equipment. There were even plant seeds. Vesper took the opportunity to take a few. On the way home, an aircraft was in the air. It was descending rapidly with black smoke. Vesper didn't stop, turned around and went home. Obtained power resources. The ventilator finally returned to normal. At this time, Vesper thought about the aircraft again. She walked through the jungle with her memory. Sure enough, she found a woman. The woman has been injured. Mutated plants invaded her body. Seeing the woman was still breathing, Vesper took out tubular plant from woman's neck and pulled the woman out. After returning home, Vesper extracted plant roots from woman's leg, gave her a special cell membrane. Soon, the woman woke up. She struggled to get up, but because the injury was too serious, fell heavily to the ground. Heard sounds. Vesper rushed over. Woman told Vesper she and her father escaped from the castle in a flying machine, but now her father was missing. She hoped Vesper could help find him. There would be a reward paid after everything was done. The two were chatting. Vesper's father suddenly behaved abnormally. The body began to tremble violently. At this time, the woman suddenly went over, then took a deep breath, kissed Vesper's father deeply. The father actually regained his composure. Vesper couldn't believe it. The woman actually had such ability. In order to repay her, Vesper followed the traces of the aircraft and went to the jungle to help her find her father. Unexpectedly, the aircraft was just discovered. Jonas came over with his man. They opened the cockpit. An old man appeared in front. Jonas said nothing, but directly covered the old man's mouth. Vesper wanted to save the old man, but Jonas pushed her to the ground. Soon the old man lost his breath. After that, Jonas threw the old man's body into the water. When Vesper brought the woman to the scene, she held her father's body and cried loudly. Vesper couldn't bear it, dragged her to shore. Suddenly, Vesper discovered the wound on the woman's back. It turned out that the woman was a bionic person created by the old man. She had no right to live in the castle. That was why she was wanted. Lost the old man. The woman also lost the meaning of life. Just when she was about to commit suicide with a knife, Vesper ran and rescued her in time. In order to study this bionic woman, Vesper extracted the woman's DNA. But the strange thing was, the woman's DNA had no vitality. It was like being solidified. Just when Vesper was at a loss, the woman began to play musical instrument left by the old man. The next second, a miracle happened. Woman's DNA gradually spread out along with the notes, transformed into plant cells. Vesper was inspired. She brought the seed she stole. After extraction in test tube, she dropped it on woman's DNA. They didn't expect that the seed would completely overlap with woman's DNA. This meant that woman's DNA could activate the seeds. Humanity would no longer be short of food. At this time, countless luminous plants outside the window began to approach. The white thallus also penetrated into the room. They had nowhere to escape, but only curled up on the table. Just when the two were about to be surrounded by white thallus, the white thallus dissipated inexplicably. The other side, the pursuers in the castle have also also arrived. Jonas was shot to death before he even started to speak. To cover Vesper's escape, the father decided to stay alone. He chose to sacrifice himself. Despite this, the castle's pursuers were still coming. The woman didn't want Vesper to be implicated, but chose to voluntarily surrender. Vesper, who escaped by chance, followed the wanderers to the camp. Looking at the castle in the distance, then he took out the activated seeds. The seeds also dispersed into the air with the wind. These seeds represented hope, also the future of mankind.